Hello, welcome or welcome back to my channel Read with Bindu. For today's video, I am going to do a book review, more like a rant review. I am talking about God of Malice. I gave it 2 stars and 20 eye rolls. It involves a hero villain who thinks foreplay is psychological warfare. Let's rant about God of Malice because I honestly can't with it. Okay, this is dark romance. If you are someone who loved this book, no offense, I'm not coming for you. I'm just gonna talk about why it crashed and burned for me. Okay, quickly about the plot of God of Malice. It has this rival academic universities, elite universities, where all these rich people go. Rich people send their students, their children there. We have these two particular universities. One is for American students and the other is for European students. They're like literal rivals. Our male lead and female lead are from opposite universities and they are like enemies, but the male lead keeps on stalking this female lead and she keeps on telling him, no, get away from me, dude, don't come after me. And he keeps on persuading her. That's literally the entire plot. Okay, one of the biggest issues that I have with this book is dark doesn't mean doesn't need to have consent, right? The entire book is filled with a lot of dup-con, non-con elements which are like, why? Why would you do that? The female lead is telling very clearly that she's not interested in him, that she doesn't want him to persuade her, that she doesn't want him to come after her. Just leave her alone and whatnot. She's crying, she's shouting at him, and the dude doesn't know the meaning of no. He literally thinks that he's a god. I mean, this is one of the books in the God of Legacy series by Reena Kent. I think every single book is the same way, where the male lead thinks of himself as though he is the god. The same in this book. He's like, I'm God, she needs to listen to me because I'm the god, I'm her god. Like, dude, get over yourself. You know what? The book keeps on insisting that terror is sexy, that the female lead is enjoying all the process, but it doesn't put the effort to actually build up that trust and connection, because without trust or care or connection or the aftercare, it doesn't make any sense. Maybe it would have made some sense if you had gradually built up the trust, but no, it doesn't happen at all. And honestly, the villain hero is just villain. He doesn't have any hero arc. I'm not even kidding. When we are talking about anti-hero or the villain hero, there is morally grey elements happening. There is character growth, character development. There is acknowledgement of why the character is behaving in a particular way. But here, it's just pure villain vibes. And the story is kind of validating his negative vibes and negative aura. No, please don't. The book just validates his worst impulses and hands him a gold star. It's just a shock value. There is no character study or anything. And you know what? The pacing of this book, it's almost like a 500 plus page book. Every single chapter I felt like deja vu because it's the same thing is getting repeated again and again. The guy is literal menace and then the girl surrenders to him and then they kind of have a complication and then they just fall out. Again same, they make up. The same thing is getting on repeated again and again and again. Like it would have been like 200 pages or something if not for the repetitions. And you know what? Even the spice, it just escalates without any reason. The lines are very blurry between the characters. It just monotonous intensity without any actual value or feelings added to it. So basically our male character's name is Killian and everyone keeps on calling him killer. Like it literally suits him because he is the killer. If anyone comes near a female lead whose name is Glendon, he literally aims them and he wants to kill them. Like he's so overprotective and possessive of her. He's so obsessive to the next level. It's borderline scary, not gonna lie. He is scary. Our main character is going through a lot in her life. She has recently lost someone. Her best friend has passed away and she's going through grief. That's when he actually enters her life and he just makes it 1,000 times worse. The entire time I was thinking, poor Lyndon, she is going through a lot. There's no one who is going to take care of her. There's no one who actually understands her. And this guy suddenly just bombards her life and just... It's so confusing for her. We also have a lot of side characters in this book which are going to be main characters in this entire series. In the upcoming books, I've read like one more book in the series also, God of Fury, which was a MM romance. Those characters are also in this book. I like that one a little bit better than this one. That also has all this dub-con elements, but it was still relatively better. I'm not going to say it's best or anything. But there are certain things in this book that absolutely broke this book for me. One of them is the male character always saying, I hurt you because I love you. I know that you enjoy whatever I do, so I'm going to do it anyways, even if you're going to say no. Dude, why bother even asking her if you're not going to respect her opinion? And also, the male leads supposedly have a mental disorder. This mental health disorder is used as a label to justify his actions, not as a nuance or anything. It just desensitizes or devalidates so many mental illnesses out there. They cannot be an excuse. You cannot use it as an excuse for all the immoral actions that the main character does. And also there is this kind of grand gesture that is happening at the end of the book, a late gesture, which is like a PR cover up. It's not like a redemption or anything. It's just like, okay, I've messed up everything. Now I'm gonna do some cover up too. Now I'm gonna do some PR cover up. But if you're someone who can vibe with this secret society vibes, if you can handle this dark con, non-con elements, if you're into this dark romance villain hero era, then you might like it. But this book has a lot of trigger warnings and content warnings also. Let me quickly tell you those because those are serious. We have non-consent, dubious consent, assault, coercion, antisocial personality disorder, self-harm, suicide ideation, violence. A lot more are there. These are the major ones that I can think of. You know what? I was looking for dark and daring. Instead, I got edgy and empty. Let me know in the comments below if you have read this book and what are your thoughts on this book, if you have loved this book. Also, give me some Reena Kent recommendations. I want to try more books by her, but I don't know where because whatever I pick up, I seem to be not liking them. Do not forget to like and subscribe. See you in the next one. Bye-bye. They are like literal rivals. The book just validates his worst impulses, and one of them is dark romance villain era